So I decided to hop on camera today with the sun shining, church just let out. I'm trying to get this sun out of our face. Not only to introduce you guys to my new puppy. His name is Brix, B-R-I-X, not Bricks, C-K-S. So that's one thing. As you can see, my hair is yet different again. These are mini twists. I've had them in for about a week and a half, and I don't know, I might take them out later. So let's put the little guy down. But I just got on camera. How cute is his outfit? He's in I can't show him. Look at him. Get out. This is what he does, y'all, when he wants me to pick him up. I think. But there he is. But I just wanted to hop on camera and talk to you guys a little bit about church hurt. Come on, little boy. So my pastor today, I just got out of church a little bit ago. But my pastor today said something towards the end, and Brix is crying because he wants me to pick him up. He's spoiled. Come on, little boy. But my pastor said that we should not blame God for man's hurt. And I'll say it again, we should not blame God for man's hurt. So I thought that was interesting, picking him up, because he's going to cry the whole time. So he said not to blame God for man's hurt. And it reminded me of a time when I was younger, and I was hurt by church people. And the two times I remember in particular, one time was when I was dating a guy and we broke up. Well, when we broke up, I decided to continue to go to the church. I've always grew up like a church girl, so I like church. So I kept going. But I remember walking into church one day, and I went to sit in a pew. It was just like a smaller church, so it had like pews. I went to sit down, and as I was walking up to the different pews, his sister told everybody to scoot down so that I would not be able to sit down, like on that particular pew. So she told everybody to scoot down, and I'm watching this, and it's like breaking my heart. And I just really wanted a word that day, heartbroken. I just really wanted to be in God's presence. So when she did that to me, let's turn back around. So when I finally sat down or what have you, it took everything in me, because I really just wanted to turn around and not go to church. So that was one instance that, just like, regardless of what goes on, it's kind of like, when you go to church, it should just be, about you and God. A second time, which was probably like the worst, I actually stopped as he kisses me. Thank you. Your breath stinks though. You want to get down? I was wiping my face from his slobber. The second time, I was dating another guy. You want to get down? Hold on. Come on. So I was dating another guy, and it turned into a really abusive relationship. And I was in this relationship, keeping everything to myself, not telling people what was going on, because I was the strong one. And so because I was the strong one, I felt the need to cover up and then make it seem like, yes, baby. Okay, now you want to be picked up again. Anybody who wants to get a pet puppy, yeah, or if you have one, any suggestions on how to help me get through this puppy phase and baby phase, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But anyway, I was dating this guy, and it was very abusive, physically and mentally. Like I said, I was a strong person, so I, like in my family, within my friends, so I wasn't the one that people would suspect or expect to be going through something like that. So it was really hard for me. I hope you guys can hear me because the wind is really blowing. I'm in Atlanta, and it's one of those days. Yes, baby. Y'all, I don't know when the video stopped. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But I see I hit the button by mistake. But anyway, I was dating this guy who was abusive physically and mentally. And so I got to a point where it couldn't be hid anymore because we went out to an outing, and a friend of mine saw him act like that and call me out my name, throw paint on me. What do you want? So I couldn't hide it anymore, and because I couldn't hide it anymore, I felt the need to let everyone know. So I let people know. I let people in the church know. He attended the same church I went to. And it became this thing where they was like, oh no, not him. He's such a charmer. She must be doing something to him. And let me just tell you guys this. Anybody who is abusive, it's not your fault. What? You want to get back down? People all, they make their own choices. So if you happen to be in an abusive relationship, no matter if you speak to them wrong or whatever the case may be, everybody makes their own decision. So he chose to do that. I did not put my hands on him. If you wanted to know any questions, feel free to drop them below. But it got to a point where I was just like, I'm so tired of this. Every time I would see him, I would get so angry, and I would want to hurt him. So I stopped going to church. I felt like nobody believed me. People chose him. He was very charming. And so a lot of people didn't believe that he would do such a thing. His family covered for him. It was just a mess. So I stopped going to church for over 2 years. I was going to Bedside Baptist, meaning that I would log in online and watch service, but I would refuse to go to church. But the whole point of this video is really just hit me today when my pastor said that we should not blame God for man's hurt. And I just really like that because, okay, that's what it is. He does. He wants me to rub him. He likes to get scratched. Don't blame God for man's hurt. So I decided, again, just to hop on the video and just say, like, that was just so profound for me, just keeping our personal relationships with God. Don't you chew on me. Keeping our personal relationships with God intact. We should always have that. It's all about our own personal relationships, not what others say or others do, and just keeping that intact. There's a whole scripture, in the Bible. Cannot remember where it is, but if you want to know, feel free to comment and I will look it up for you. I just can't remember right now, but it talks about fellowshipping and why we should go to church, and it's because, we fellowship. And the enemy really wants us, when we're going through things, to keep us in a place of loneliness, just feeling alone, like no one has our back. That can bring on anxiety, depression, and even worse. So when things get bad and you decide, I don't want to go to church, because church is hurtful, we just have to continue to push through and just remember that God sees all. He is a redeemer. He loves us. And there is nothing or no one that can keep us from his love. And we really need to know that. So I'll end the video here. it's like a vlog-ish. I don't know what you call it, but I'll end the video here, just letting you guys know, or just telling you guys to stay encouraged no matter what life may bring us. Continue to pray, and that is all. You guys have an amazing day. You saying bye? He's talking or crying, y'all. Yes, I know, Brix. I know. Mommy knows. Y'all have a good day.
Your grace makes all saints out of sinners. Got my heart on my hand as I try to walk the path. So much potential, so many faults. Lead me so I don't get lost.